So if there's a question that I can't answer,
You just say you can't answer it.
yeah, cool.
Like we like the real. If you fall off that stool, Joey's gonna keep filming.
Perfect. You didn't drink. Yeah, awesome.
Alrighty, welcome back. We have Mike Huntley in the house. I've known Mike Huntley all my life. And like I said before, Mike Huntley was the man that could throw me off the hay wagon anytime he wanted to. He always could and probably still can. But I've known him all my life, and he's been on the show Oak Island, and it's a big hit. And I told some of our fans on YouTube and Facebook that we'd have Mike in to, just introduce him to some people and show how many talented people there are in Nova Scotia. And Mike is one of them. He's a diver. You're a self-made man.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're a self-made man.
Yeah.
He started diving on his own. His family wasn't into diving. They were into potatoes and beef and farming and stuff like that. That's like I said, when I first learned how to work, it was picking potatoes at Mike's grandfather's place. Yeah. And whatever, strawberries and that sort of stuff. But I invited Mike over just to talk to him, so you get to meet him. And I'm going to ask him a few questions. Not even going to ask him a few questions. Mike's been on Oak Island. How many episodes was you on, Mike?
Oh, I think at least 10 episodes from season 3, 4, 5, and 6. And maybe 8.
I did some scary shit, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess, a lot of people say it's scary, or, you get big balls for doing that, but it's just sort of
They're just medium?
Yeah. Well, here's how I always say it.
What?
Mama needs new shoes, I'll do whatever it takes to get them.
Okay.
Yep. So, but no, it's just average stuff. That's the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
So we don't find it scary. There was a couple moments there in bottom of, I think, C1 that was, a little hair raising, but other than that, it was everything's pretty calculated, timed, and if things do go off the rails, we have a plan for that too. So it's not like uncalculated or just.
You have to be pretty safe diving, I would think.
You do,
You have to think of beforehand, would you
Yeah,
not?
there's big safety plans and bottom times and depth limits and in an event, an unlikely event of an accident, or if you exceed all those bottom times and depth limits, there's a plan for that.
Okay.
So everything's pretty calculated. If you just go in all cowboy, crap's gonna happen.
How long have you been doing it, diving?
25 years.
25 years.
Yeah. About 15. Approaching 16,000 dives.
What are you doing right now? What are you doing right this present moment? Don't care about Oak Island. What are you doing?
No, that's right. We're up on the eastern shore of Nova Scotia, probably an hour northeast of Halifax, and we're actually tearing out an old system of moorings and anchors, big chain, big 2-ton concrete
You're
blocks.
cleaning things up.
Clean things up, yeah. It's sort of like a ghost gear kind of program. It was an abandoned site. Aquaculture site, and we're just tearing it all out with our work barge and divers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many people you got going with you?
On average, 6 to 8.
6 to 8 people.
Yep.
Are they all divers? Or?
No. There's usually 2 or 3. There's 3 or 4 deck crew or barge crew, and then 4 divers.
So you have them 2 are are they the safety guys up top?
Yeah. So for every 1 diver that's in the water, you can have 3 on the surface. One's a standby diver in case something happens.
Okay.
He can render assistance. There's a
So it could get quite expensive.
It's very expensive.
Okay.
Very expensive just for me, just in wages.
Gotcha.
Every time, even just a small little job, 4 of us have to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
You also did a thing out in the Bay of Fundy, did you not?
We did, with tidal power generation.
All right, tell me about that.
Oh,
or tell the people about that.
Yeah. Well, it was the biggest undertaking anywhere in the world here in the Bay of Fundy, in the Midas Passage.
And you were the captain.
No, we were a small part of a very big puzzle, but we were the first ones there and the last ones to leave. We have survey work boats. We have 3 boats, and we were there to set up all of the pickup lines and put buoys and lines on them. So when the big barge and the big tugboats and the big supply ships come in, we basically pick these lines up in a frantic pace, because you only have about 15 minutes of there to work, and get them to everyone who needs them. And then they bring up the lines, secure themselves, and then they actually hooked up this 1,000 metric ton turbine, hook it up to the grid, and then lowered it to bottom, and then released, and then went away.
That must have something to see.
Oh, it was amazing to be a part of.
Yeah.
The worst part of it is they went bankrupt 2 days after it was finished, and I lost damn near $250,000 personally.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the business did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That was quite a sting, but we learned a lot out of it. I mean, we got some great connections, a lot more work.
That would have sunk me.
Well, I did a bit of drinking just the day after it happened, but then it was like, okay, pick yourself up, keep going.
Was that a plan on them to go bankrupt and do that? Do you think?
Well, they needed it on bottom. Someone somewheres, I think in Europe, knew what was going on.
Okay.
Nobody that was working there knew what was going on, except for maybe some of the people from France. But for the most part, none of us, nobody knew what was going on because I wasn't the only one. I was one of the smaller contractors that lost money. There was companies there that local companies that lost $500,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was a turbine in the water.
Still there.
It's still there.
Still there, yeah.
To generate power.
Yeah. It looks like a massive jet engine. That's what it looks like. And it's 1,000 metric ton. That includes a gravity base. It's 5 stories high. It's huge.
Holy.
It's huge. You could drive a 40-foot boat right through the center of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And it's still there?
And it's still there.
We'll have to go down and get it.
Well, it's worth a lot of scrap, but it'll probably cost a couple $1 million just to bring it up and get rid of it.
So, what happens to that?
There's plans in the works for it to be recovered and taken out of there.
Oh, so it's going to be taken up, no power going to come from it?
No, not from that. There's other developers that have different technology, something that is more serviceable. Like surface mount ones are, in a lot of ways, they're easy to maintain, they're easy to service, they're there. You have to have moorings of some sort installed. Different technologies, 2 or 3 other groups that are going to be probably putting something out there.
So that must have been kind of tricky where the tide comes in and the tide goes back out. So
it's a savage spot to work. If you frig up, if you make mistakes in the wrong time, you're all done.
What kind of water are you talking about?
The water's only 120 feet deep, but it's moving. And in some places 400 feet deep, like down over the ledge. It's moving about 9 knots, which is about 11 miles an hour. Doesn't sound like a lot,
but it'd take you some fast, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Things move fast, and things can happen, and you can get hurt really quickly.
Wow.
Yeah. So people say that Oak Island was dangerous. That out there is dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah, because things can slip, and your cables or wires can pull off one way or the other. And it's like, oh damn, I wasn't expecting that. And the next thing you know, your boat pieces get ripped right off the boat.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's that much power there.
Oh my God, the power is unbelievable.
So if they capture that power, is it going to be a good thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be able to power Nova Scotia. You can power Nova Scotia on that out there.
Would we get any power from it, or is it somebody else?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like a lot of things, they ship it to whoever's paying the most.
You know what they say. You know what that means. You can guess yourself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right on. So also I heard you have a boat that you might be taking tours or something, right?
Yeah, well, we're from here. Yeah. We grew up here. Generations of us have grown up here. We used to have the Kippawa.
Yeah, I talked
Kingsport, Parsbro, and Wolfville, 3 points call. That was a ferry. We reused that name because it was available. We have the Kippawa, which is not what we're doing the tours with. But the Nova Endeavor, it's a passenger.
You have the Kippawa?
Not the original Kippawa. Our work barge, we named it Kippawa for that.
Yeah.
The Nova Endeavor,
Kingsport,
Parsbro, and Wolfville.
I thought Kingsport. I said Port Williams, I think.
No, it was Parsbro. Okay. Yep. Parsbro has a big wharf. It's in kind of hard shape now, but it used to be a big port. The Nova Endeavor is passenger certified boat, and we'll be doing tours, leaving Wolfville, going to Parsbro, doing an overnight, nice bed and breakfast, ship's company theater. You can go see a concert, a play, next day, and go back. Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
Oh yeah, it's a wicked experience.
So if me and Jolene want to go, how do we get in touch? We just get in touch with you.
You actually get in touch with where it's at in Nova Scotia.
Where it's at
with Jeremy Novak, and he does all our bookings. He does that part of it. Yeah. I'm the tool in the toolbox. We got the boat, we got the crew, we have the know-how. We'll go do it. He does the bookings for us.
So if you want to meet Mike from Oak Island, the show of Oak Island, do one of these tours, and you'll get to meet and talk to him. If he likes you, if he don't, he talk to you. If he won't, it all depends. You got to treat him with respect, right?
That's right.
You're the captain of the boat, though.
No, I'm not the captain. I'll probably be one of the deck crew, I would imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, and we have a tour guide, Lenny Barkos.
Oh yeah, cool.
You might know Lenny.
Yes, he sing you a song.
And he likes to chat. So that's perfect. I like chatting, but Lenny's, is kind of an entertainer, obviously. Yeah. And he'll be doing the tour guide stuff.
Another famous guy was around the mountain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
And your wife owns a
swimwear and lingerie store.
Fits right in with what you're doing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. And she has a women's clothing store, too.
I seen on the internet one time that you were at a fashion model.
Yeah,
or a fashion
down in
place,
South Beach in Miami.
watching girls come out in bathing suits.
Yeah, what a
How
rough
was
job.
that?
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Jolene, get a job.
She could.
Yeah, and you got a new spot over in town there.
We
It's
moved
very
back
nice.
home. Yeah, 'cause we moved from Kentville, which is only 10 kilometers away from Canning. Yeah, we moved back into Canning.
Back in the Canyon?
Well, right here. Yeah, we live right on the corner.
Did not know that.
Oh, you know the big red house, the nicest one in Canning?
Yeah.
That's my place.
Woo! We're going to visit.
Wow, good job.
Awesome.
Yeah. We bought that back in March.
Wow.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No. good
Holy
for you,
shit.
Michael.
Yeah, okay. I've seen you guys drive by a couple times. I waved, but I was moving back and forth.
Oh,
yeah.
we don't know them rich people.
We
do now.
That's what Trevor Kennickle said. He goes, some rich bastard from Ontario, I thought, bought that. I said, nope, just a homeboy from Canada.
Wow. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's
So
awesome.
that's where we've been.
Yeah. But you have a place over in New Minas where you have your.
Yes, that's a heritage property, John Turner House. So that house was started being built in 1761.
Yeah.
It was because when you got a land grant, you had to start building a house on it, and two or 5 years after you got the grant or you lost the grant. But they started building a house there in 1761, and then we did a complete renovation with that with Upcountry Builders.
Yeah.
Spent $1 million, and it's all nice and new inside.
Oak Island's doing well.
They have found some treasure somewheres.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good, man.
Yeah.
Also, what else I want to ask you? We had an issue with COVID, and so didn't you.
Yeah.
Explain to me what happened. You were you got.
I kind of forgot about that.
You got a big fine or something.
I did. I got just shot a $12,000 fine. Yeah, I actually just pled guilty to that a week ago. Or no, sorry, not guilty, because I want to push it off as long as possible.
You're gonna pull. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
So
understand.
anyway, I have my shop.
Yeah.
I got a scuba shop out front, but I don't really open because I don't have time to open it. But
Out front where?
on 245 Main Street, the old machine shop.
Okay.
So
he has another shop in Kentville that you supply all your people that want to dive. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, we don't do that so much anymore, but that's mostly just our commercial dive, like the welders and the compressors, they're all there. And out front of it, we have one sectioned off with some pallet racking, and it's the sport diver stuff. Because I wanted to open up a scuba shop again, because there's always a need for one, because we had one for 12 years.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah, that's what we do, but I just never have time to run it.
Yeah.
But when this happened, and then they closed down one of my friends saying she couldn't be open because she wasn't selling cleaning supplies, which is the list of things that you could actually sell. If you sold that, you're deemed essential. But she was selling that. Yeah, she took advantage of a loophole. You got to make a living.
Yeah.
They shut her down anyway. I said, screw that. I'm going to open up, and I dare them to come find me.
Yeah.
They did. But 3 days later, the police came. The Kentville police are great. They said, geez, you're going to get a fine if you stay open. I was like, well, see you tomorrow. And they go, you're open, aren't you? I said, yep. So I said, come on over. And they come home, they wrote me up a fine, and
I wonder where they figure out how much money they're going to fine you. How do they figure that out?
they just fire a big number at it because, like, what idiot's going to take a fine like that? I'm prepared to pay it. Not that I have $12,000 to throw away, but I'm prepared to at least fight it, saying, if Walmart can sell the same stuff that I sell, but they also sell some little bit of food and sell some cleaning supplies. Why can't I sell? Which I had a half-ton truckload of commercial grade cleaning supplies on a pallet right there for sale. That was all for sale. And the police went, yeah, that's not going to cut it. It's like,
who are they to say?
well, the judge might think it's going to cut it. Who knows? Because I was just working a loophole, and I want to get some publicity. It's not fair that small businesses getting the shaft. Why all the big businesses getting all the money? That's not cool with me. So that's the reason why I did it.
Yeah,
and it worked. Got it out there.
Yeah, I can understand that. You got your name in the news and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Famous again.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Famous again.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for. Well, I wanted to get people to know what the hell is going on here. It's not all roses. The money that the government gives you to stay alive, well, that's barely all it does. And I'm not about staying alive. I want to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you went for it.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Freaking right.
And you own a great big house down here in the corner.
I do.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. The old Austin House. That's what we all knew it as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greg and Colin.
Yeah, Collins. So I knew. I remember going there as a kid in a birthday party.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's all new inside. The Upcountry Builders put all new windows in that a few years ago.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of work
Oh,
done.
a lot of work
Matheson's
done.
owned it.
Matheson's owned it, yeah.
So everybody's poured money into it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We poured some more money into it this summer.
It's
Didn't
probably
need a lot.
the most luxurious, I don't know.
It's a statement piece. When you come around that
Yeah.
corner, you can't go, holy shit, who lives there?
Yeah.
I do.
Mike does, from O'Donnell. Did you find any treasure and keep it?
Man, I'm some tempted to tuck stuff up under my sleeves. But no, anything that I found that I brought back to the guys, as soon as they came up, it was usually in hand. Here you go. I didn't even get a chance to look at some of the stuff that I brought up.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh my God, yeah. It's a great experience. They're great guys to work for.
Yeah.
It was great. You know, it's fun doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know,
And are you going to go on another episode you know of? Or?
if they find stuff that holes and need a job done, I'll go do it any day of the week.
So you'll be the man to do it, obviously.
Yeah, totally.
Are you the highest qualified person in Nova Scotia for the diving part, or?
Oh no, there's other guys that have more certifications than I do.
Yeah.
You know,
It is
I
what it is.
must be doing something right because they keep
Oh, yeah.
going. So yeah, I know there's guys that have been doing not necessarily any longer or have more dives or more hours in the water, but there's guys that have higher qualifications. But that's not always
That
what it's
doesn't
about.
mean anything.
No.
Papers don't mean nothing, do they?
Well,
I haven't
sometimes.
got a paper for nothing.
Yeah.
And I
Look
can-
at
and I can-
you.
And I can make a window.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, we can make 3 or 4
Totally.
windows right here. Look, I was telling Mike this is the first try. There's the second try, and there's the third try.
That's right. You freaking engineered an oven to make it.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, we almost lost the grades over it too. Like, we couldn't hear the things on smoking. Well, like, or telling you something else.
Wow.
But that's good that you're. So Mike is a longtime friend of mine, and it's funny how he was on TV first. You made TV,
Yeah,
and then we had a chance. We did TV. Mike's gone forward in his life, and me and Jolene are going forward in our life. Mike owns the biggest house in Canning now. We own the smallest house in Canning, but we're some happy, basically. And you're happy.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Things are going good.
Yep. Oh yeah. 3 kids are good. One's in university. The other one will be there next year. And the other one drives dirt bikes a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
He takes after you, like dirt bike.
He does. He drives them way better than I do, though.
And I did a couple of tractors for Mike, just pieces
You
of
did.
tractors.
You did a 30 Massey Harris and a John Deere MT.
So you're into you pull tractors like you. Mike is a farm guy from
Yeah.
all your life.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, you got his Canning dinner jacket on.
That's
He
right.
was saying, I got my Canning dinner jacket. And I said, oh yeah, I got one on too. But your tractor situation, you pull tractors or pull weights and
Yeah,
stuff?
just
for
antique
fun?
tractor pulls, they're not modified or anything. You just, hook the sled up to her and then, yeah, I mean, the sled's pretty technical. It's got
I
different
see
gear
you had
ratios.
one off the wheel, had the wheels up.
Oh yeah, the John Deere, yeah. And you
That's
start
cool.
actually losing your ability to pull once that front wheel starts coming up to try to keep it down as best as possible.
Okay. Give us a little up and down on how to drive
You
a
can
tractor.
take the boys out of Medford, but you can't take Medford out of the boys.
Yes. Mike used to have quite the wild parties at one time. And yeah.
Still do. We're the big hoes to have them
Oh,
now.
is that right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's good to know. But I can remember being at a couple parties, and it was quite something else. You know what I mean? Like there was lots of what can I say, experimenting going on.
That's right, yeah.
A lot of experimenting
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. But that's what you have to do to know what you want to be and where you want to do. And
Yeah, it's part of life.
It's part of life.
And just don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in moderation.
Yeah.
I don't know moderation, but Mike obviously does. Maybe I'm not
A
sure.
little bit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your wife runs the
The swimwear hut.
swimwear hut.
Yep. And then there's Liv.
What basically
Fashion.
does that mean? Swimwear and shit like.
Well, it was a name given because we started it in one of our dive shops in 2004, 3 or 4, something like that. And it got to a point where there was all these ladies, well-dressed ladies coming in, and I'm working the dive shop. Well, the swimwear's upstairs. So just completely outgrew. It was doing 10 times what I was doing because I just had a
What
scuba
were the
shop.
ladies coming to get?
Swimwear for going south.
Are you serious?
Yeah. People travel south as soon as COVID's over.
Yeah.
And they'd be coming in like a dozen a day. It's like,
So you saw
wow.
bras and stuff like that?
Yeah, there's bras, and that jumped into bras because that's an everyday thing that people can buy. And I got a kind of a funny story on that.
Go for it.
We had a radio rep come in, wanted to do radio. She didn't know me. She knew I was Liz's husband. That's all she knew. And I came into the old building, and I said, "Yeah, I do bra fittings on Friday evenings, 7 to 9." And I said, "You know how I started them out?" She goes, "How?" I went, just like that. Anyway, she didn't find it as nearly as funny as I did. Yeah, but yeah. So Liz's store got a lot bigger, a lot quicker, and we moved into another location for 10 years, a big commercial location. Then we bought this heritage property and then completely gutted it, and Upcountry Builders, they completely remodeled inside. Everything was engineered, all in commercial code. And then we moved, so it's a big red house on a hill.
So let's go slowly on this. Mike's wife and you own a called a swimwear hut.
Swimwear hut, yep.
It's in New Mindless. I call it New Mindless, but it's New Minus, and it's a what you call it a history home or
a heritage house.
It's a heritage house.
Heritage property. Yeah.
His wife named Liz. So if you want swimwear, you can go there and get swimwear. You can get bras. You can get
sure can. You can get actually men's underwear.
Men's underwear.
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
There's some swim gear up there for not professional, but kids who swim on competitive teams. There's some of that stuff there too.
You sell like glasses and you sell flippers.
Yeah, there's swim training fins. Yeah, and I sell in my little shop. I sell just regular scuba fins. Yeah.
So you're all about the water.
Yeah.
All about the water. So your wife does that.
Yep.
You do the scuba diving thing.
Yep.
So you're running all over Nova Scotia. Do you
all over the Maritimes? Yeah. And some once in a while Newfoundland.
What's the name of your company? So if anybody wants to know.
Sure, it's Huntley's Diving and Marine.
Huntley's Diving and Marine. So if you wanted to meet Mike, you go to his store and buy something, and you can talk to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
And
we're at 245 Main Street in Kentville.
There you go. That's how easy it is to talk to somebody that's famous. Just go to 245 Main Street, Kentville.
And if I'm not there, I got a number on the door.
There you go. But yeah, so what can I say? Mike's been a friend of mine for.
I was thinking about that the other day.
All my life.
5 or 6 years
old.
old.
Well, when you used to come over and
visit
your father, and
that's right.
I can remember Mike throwing me off the old hay wagon. He just chucked you off, man. There's no wrestling Mike at the end of it. He was the king of the wagon, that's for sure.
Yeah,
right?
Still about the same size.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And probably chucking you off the wagon again. But it's fun to see Mike do so well. It's good to see Mike do so well, and you really did it all on your own.
You guys too.
You did it all on your own.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
you always have some help, but
I mean, nobody in your family said you're going to go diving.
I should have been a farmer.
That's what I'm saying. You've got tractor. You should have been a farmer. You should be growing potatoes, man.
That's right. You should. I will be someday.
Will you?
Yeah.
Just for something to do.
Something to do.
Something to do. And you have that Kippawa thing going on.
Yeah, the tours. That's slow picking up, because that's a commitment on that tour. It's in some cases it's basically a 2-day commitment, because day over, do your thing over there. It's only an hour and a half steam. Once you're there all day, and the next day you're doing a little bit of things, and then you're steaming back. So it's kind of a 2-day commitment. Just to go over and back, you can do that on one of our other vessels. Yeah. Or you can tour up the Cornwallis River and go a few drinks at some of the pubs there too.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do that.
Yeah.
I think everybody in Nova Scotia should go and do the Kippawa thing, because you can't travel on where COVID's kind of got you by the kahunas, really.
Yeah, you can only go so many places. Keep as much as you can local.
Yeah, I mean, who would ever have done that? You'd take them, go on a boat and go to Parisboro and then watch a film.
I've been threatening to do it for 10 years, but now it's starting to become a reality, because I have someone like Jeremy Novak at where it's at Nova Scotia, him doing that part of it and promoting it, and I can just go do the work, which is what I'm good at.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty hard to do it all, you know what I mean?
That's
right. Calls, do the boat, you wouldn't have time to go diving, would you?
That's right. No, I wouldn't have time to just sit and watch television. Or watch YouTube. Watch Bad Chad.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
We do YouTube every day, and we just want to invite Mike up to support him. A lot of people were asking about Oak Island. We live close by Oak Island.
Yeah.
We're
hour away, hour and 10 from here.
We're an hour and 10 away. Yeah. And Mike has been on the show and has done some crazy stuff on there. Like you went down inside some well or something.
We did a well in New Ross. Actually, I was just supervisor on that, but down 193 feet, I think. Down a couple of holes.
So you could go to jail for a couple of nights and not bother you.
No, that's right. I could probably sleep through most of it.
I had a friend told me that
you can put me in a trunk if you like.
He said if it was that easy, he took his wife and kids. I don't know if I'm going there.
Yeah. No, true.
But so today, what are you up to?
I just actually dropped off some keys to the contractor because we're building another store, and then in Kentville.
Another store for?
For a clothing store.
Wife's
clothing store.
So what's she gonna sell?
Women's fashions.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's just kind of moving from swimwear right to fashion.
Yeah, that's right. We have one now. we're selling that building. We're moving into a more central location, so
Yeah.
we need the contractors to come in and take care of all that. I checked on the boat, which is just down the road here in Delhaven,
Yeah.
and then probably going home for lunch.
Awesome. And you only have to go right down the road.
Now we have to go right there.
Man, I'm gonna look at every time and wave now.
I'll be around.
Cool. So what's the how many bedrooms in that place?
Believe it or not, there's only really 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
The rest is for moving around.
It's just it's just big. It's
Yeah.
like a 10-foot ceilings upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah.
You got a 8-foot attic. The basement's 9 feet, I think.
Must have been giants that lived there.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
Now, but if you go in there, the railing upstairs, the banister,
Yeah.
it doesn't meet any code it meets today, because if you just bump it sideways in the middle of the night, you're going over. Because
Wow.
it's only 36 inches high or something like that.
Yeah.
Normally, I think they're supposed to be 40 or so.
Okay.
But yeah, well, there's one used to be maid's quarters, which a young fella has that. It's a bedroom, has its own bathroom. But then there's another room that's attached to it that you can't get.
Isn't there a secret way down or something like a set of steps that go?
There could have been, because there was a back set of staircase, but it would have been for the maid.
Okay.
And that's gone now.
You don't have a maid, do you?
No.
Good man. That's good. You don't have a maid.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So-
So you do really good if you got a maid.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have one of those.
Maybe coming soon or.
No.
How old are your kids?
One's 19.
Yeah.
One's 18 this spring.
Yeah.
And one's 14. Just turned 14.
Anybody gonna take in your shoes and work for you?
I don't know.
Not forcing them into it?
No, God no. Do your own thing. I did mine.
Wow, good for you. Good that you're
I know. Yeah.
open-minded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think I'll do what I do. You do what you want to do. If you want to do this, that's cool too.
I have a choice to like you, and you have a choice to like me.
That's
You know what I mean?
right.
That's
Yeah.
how I like to keep it.
Yeah.
You know
Play
what I mean?
nice and we'll like each other.
Yeah, exactly. Show a little respect, and you'll be all good. You won't
That's
get
right.
spanked with a piece of plexiglass.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
So everything's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, things could always be better, but you know, if things were too easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah. Oh, there'd have to be two of you being
Yeah,
better.
well, that too. Yeah. Yeah.
So your wife,
Liz does most of the work, actually.
does your wife enjoy? I don't like. I've met. No, I don't know if I've met your wife. or
You
not.
did at Edible Art one time.
At where? Okay. Yeah. We were there having breakfast.
Yep.
Yeah. Your wife. What can I say? She's never lived in Canning, has she?
No, she's
Does
from
she like
Truro.
it here?
Oh yeah. We were looking. No, so we were just gabbing one morning when we lived in Kentville. She goes, because we just put a pool in. The market was hot for selling houses. She goes,
Yeah.
well, we couldn't buy another house unless it had a pool. I went, this house has a pool. She goes, well, let's go look at it. And now it's ours. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just like that.
She's very open-minded too.
Open-minded, spur of the moment. Yeah, do whatever. And then, yeah, things could change. We just did something. I just bought a brand new tractor, Van Ostrom's.
Did you?
On, what's today? Tuesday? Monday I started thinking about it.
Yeah. And you went and
I'll
bought
have
a
a
tractor?
tractor by Friday.
I'm thinking about a tractor, but it's not going to be a brand new one.
Yeah.
Probably like to have. I've never run a tractor. You know what I mean? I was always picking the potatoes. Man.
Yeah.
You were running a tractor.
No, not me. Your old man or my old man, yeah.
But the tractor thing, I'd like to get one for moving some engines around, pushing the cars around.
Yeah, need something with a small loader on it.
Oh man, it's hard pressed me pushing these cars around.
And then once you get one, you'll go, what the hell did I do without one before?
Probably.
Yeah, I did that
They're
with
so
the forklift.
expensive.
They are, I know.
I know.
They hold their value for so long.
They do, don't they? So
Yeah.
I just like to have a smaller one. I don't even know what horsepower I want, but I want something that I can pick up a small block Chevy and put on a pallet and
Yeah,
move around.
so you need like a 35 horse or something like that would do. That's a small one, but
What are you getting, a Massey Harris?
no, I'm getting a case, 75
Case.
horse with a loader and a big blower.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
And monthly payments aren't too bad on them if you want to,
not big monthly payments. If I can't afford it, I'm not going for it.
Right, yeah.
And just kind of.
Yeah, just buy it. There's lots of front end loader tractors around.
I'm probably going to do second hand.
Yeah.
On the old marketplace.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I-
yeah.
And I probably won't know what I'm buying until I get it.
Well, call because there's a lot of stuff out there. People, it's all beat. Nova Scotia has a bad reputation about having tractors getting beat all to hell because they use them in the woods everywhere.
Yeah.
Other places they use them in the fields. They don't get beat all to hell. They just get worked. So you have to really check it over. A lot of times there's busted off front ends and people weld them up and you don't really
I
notice.
can tell that. I'll have to look around.
Yeah, just look for stuff like abuse. That's all you
Abuse.
can look for. Yep.
Never thought of that, looking for abuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess that's what you gotta look for.
It's what you gotta look for, yeah.
On a tractor.
Yep. Hours are one thing, but if they've been used really hard, then probably been taken care of just as well.
So
Not
you
very
want
good.
that tractor to blow your property
Yeah, well,
Keeps things
we
clean.
load and unload a lot of stuff on the boats,
Yeah.
and I'm always borrowing a tractor. And I have a yard over in Medford where I store a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the stuff's heavy, you know, anywhere from 500 pounds to 2,500 pounds, and I need a tractor.
Yeah.
Yes, need. That's the word that I have to have. Need.
Sounds good to me.
Not a want, it's a need.
You're going to use it though.
Oh yeah, we're going to use it. Yeah, and we have a couple properties, so I can, you know, if I need to clear snow in Kentville, I can drive to Kentville and do it.
Right on.
Yeah.
So Mike Huntley is not only a diver on Oak Island, he's a business owner, an entrepreneur, a visionary, a very nice guy. Mike's always been excellent to everybody that I know of. I've never heard tell of Mike ever causing anybody a problem except the Mounties in Kentville with the COVID problem. It kind of surprised me, but then again, Mike has a brain of his own and business to run, so I can see it happening very easy. You know, if you think that, well, you told me what you think.
Yeah.
And why are they getting all the money when
Yeah,
that
that's right.
goes down?
It's not
It
fair.
doesn't make sense.
I don't want government money. I want to make my own.
Yeah, like it's right now. Like I mean, they're giving them so much money. It's hard to get anybody to work, ain't it?
Yeah, I've been knock on wood. Pretty fortunate there. I got guys that want to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
but
know.
it's not. I'm not. That's not the norm. It's pretty. Everyone's hurting. Restaurants, construction companies,
Yeah.
retail. Everyone. If
Well,
they can get free
right
money.
there is a good reason why that's a good reason why the swimwear hut and your dive shop and all that stuff. If you want to go on a tour of Nova Scotia, Parisboro, on the Kippawa, I think that's a great idea. I think me and Jolene should go on that. I mean, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But that would be a good thing that people that see this from around Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or wherever want to go on the Kippawa and do a 2-day tour or whatever, drink some wine.
Yep.
There's a lot of nice wineries around here.
Oh my God! Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, a
man.
lot of nice stuff.
Shocking, actually.
Yeah. And people, we don't even know it. Everybody wants to take off and go somewhere else, and we got
got
it
so
right
much here.
Yeah,
With COVID, that's one good thing. Everyone sort of knows how much is here now.
yeah,
So a lot more people are staying.
yeah.
Yeah, but there are people really antsy to go somewhere too.
I have-
And that's what we need for comes wintertime
Yeah.
for sales at the swimmer hut.
I haven't even done the Cabot Trail.
Yeah, me either.
And the only reason I've done it because we worked up in near Meat Cove for a whole summer one time, and we did that drive every weekend.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I've been up
What
there.
was you doing there? Cleaning up?
We were welding patches.
You weld underwater?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Welding a lot of stuff on sheet pile, you know, that corrugated steel that
Yeah.
floor's made out of. We were welding big patches and big Nelson studs on those so they could pour concrete against it.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Pump concrete underwater.
You pour concrete underwater
Yep.
too? You're
Yep.
into that? You're just going full.
Whatever you can do on land, you can pretty much do on underwater.
And what's mainly the difference? What's mainly the difference when you weld underneath water? What's the difference?
Reverse of polarity.
What do you mean?
Like take the positive,
Yeah.
put it in the negative. So now your welding lead instead of being positive is now negative, or your welding rod.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean your technique is a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is. And don't get between the ground and your stick, because you'll become the transfer. Because you can just basically chuck the welding ground in the water and then go welding. But if you get between your rod and that ground, you're getting the shock.
Okay.
A good one. You get small shocks all the time,
Yeah.
but you can get really lifted if you get in between the two of them.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know
then if
you were
you're
doing
cutting
all-
underwater, you create hydrogen, and if you form a big pocket of hydrogen and you ignite that, that can really kill you pretty quick. Just knock you right out.
There's a lot to know
Massive.
then.
What's that?
There's a lot to know then.
Oh yeah, there's lots to know. It's not just go, reverse the leads. Thanks, Mike. And then start at her. Don't do that. Yeah.
Safety never takes a break.
No,
On Mike Huntley's diving team, safety never takes a
that's
break.
right. Yeah.
We used to,
Safety
Sean
number
Doyle
one.
used to say that, and safety never takes a break here. But
Yeah.
safety took a break yesterday, the day before me. But that was gone. I'm keeping that right in my hand.
Just as a reminder, you should nail that to the wall.
Well, well, I wouldn't say it was kind of dumb to leave the barbecue going
And leave.
and leave to go down the house and
Yeah.
cook a pizza. And we could have cooked the pizza up here. And we come back out like, if the tank would have blew up, we would have been gradueless, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, that won't happen twice.
It won't happen twice.
Same year.
You got that right. What do you think of my plexiglass?
Pretty fantastic. It looks just like hardened laminate glass. That's a
Awesome.
nice job. That's what it looks like. That's what I thought it was until you told me different.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very shiny too, and there's no distortion in the bend or anything, which I can see that back corner just clear as day.
Awesome.
Fantastic job.
Awesome.
Doesn't surprise me though.
Well, it shouldn't after doing that.
I wasn't here for that bit, so.
Ooh, I'll tell you, it was something else. But anyways, I want to thank Mike for coming. Mike has a lot going on, and I appreciate you coming and talking
my
to
pleasure.
me. Yeah, I hope that maybe some people from watching come and meet you and talk to you and support your business and that sort
You
of
can
stuff.
build me a submarine someday.
He's got a big fine to pay.
Oh yeah, that's
Build
right.
a
Yeah.
submarine someday out of plexiglass.
Perfect.
I don't think I'd like to go in a submarine. I don't think I'd like to do that. I remember when you first started diving, you were diving for lobsters, weren't you not?
Sea urchins.
Sea urchins.
Sea urchins. Yeah, I did
So
that for 4 years.
So you dive down and have a bag and just throw sea.
You know what? You've done it 1,000 times. You ever pick drop apples?
Yeah.
It's just like that, but underwater.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
you just got a basket and a bag. Just start picking them in. It's like putting them in a bucket.
And then you just, what do? You swim to the top? You just pull the bag
Yeah. Well, a number of different combinations, depending on how deep you are. Yeah. And then the guys on top will take them. They sort them. They box them up. They ship them off to Japan, and you get paid a shitload of money for them.
Sea urchins.
Yeah.
Don't even know what a sea urchin looks like.
They call them whore's eggs too.
Whore's eggs.
Yeah.
I've heard.
That's what they call them.
Whore eggs.
They're a ball, and they got hundreds of little spikes all over.
Okay.
That's how they actually walk, and their mouth is on the bottom. But they're full of eggs. And certain times a year, a row, they look like little wedges of orange, the same color
They still
too.
do that?
Yeah, not as much as they used to.
Okay.
Certain parts of the world, I'm sure they do lots of it. Yeah, Quebec, they do it up in the Saguenay River.
That was your first start for diving?
Diving to make money, yeah. Yep.
Metagan way was it? Metagan?
Digby Neck, yep.
Digby Neck.
Briar Island, Long Island.
Okay.
Yep.
Funny. And you box them up and send them to Japan.
Yeah,
What did they do? Eat them?
eat them. Japan, China, yeah, aphrodisiac. I know they don't taste too bad. I used to be the taste tester.
Is that right?
Yep.
How do you eat them damn things?
You just crack them open and they have wedges in there. They look almost like those orange chocolates that you get at Christmas
I was
time. The
thinking the
oranges.
exact same thing.
Yeah, so they actually little wedges, and you just split it open, and you can dry them out with paper towel and such, but you can just separate a wedge and then just try it. In different times of year, depending on whether they've spawned off, you know, with the grade they are and the texture and all that.
Wow, never. That isn't where COVID come from, is it? They say it was from eating a bat.
Nope, anything
I don't
underwater is
believe
good to
that
eat.
either. You believe that? Comes from a bat, eating a bat? I don't believe that.
I don't know what to believe.
I know what to believe.
Yeah.
I know one thing. There's not one thing in life that happens that's bad that does not revolve around money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It always revolves around money.
Always.
Every
does.
day.
Yep.
And everybody needs to know that anything that happens bad in life revolves around that. Right there, money.
Or if it doesn't, someone's going to take advantage of it so they can make money on that.
Well, it's basically they're doing it because you
Yeah,
make money. Like,
that's
it's,
right.
It's really weird.
Yep.
It's funny that we're going through what we're going through, but now you feel the effects when you want to go somewhere. You have to pay for this and pay for that, and
Yeah.
pay for this, and it's kind of like, it's kind of a drawback, really. Like it's kind of disgusting, but like Jim told me, that was then and this is now.
That's right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
history's cool, but today and tomorrow is where it's at.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
Today and
Yeah.
tomorrow is where it's at. But I want to thank Mike for coming and talking to us. And if you want to meet Mike, you'll have to search him down and get into one of his businesses, and pay for a boat ride or buy some flippers or go buy a swimwear and that sort of stuff. He's got a big fine to pay. He's got a big beautiful house down there, but he's still got a big fine to pay.
Yeah,
and
I do.
I'm going to thank him for coming, and asked him to come because there's been a lot of people on there asking about Oak Island, and it's not far away, and just kind of showing how much talent there is in Nova Scotia. It's a great place. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks.